What's going on, guys? Gamster here. Want to come at you for a Dragon Ball discussion video today. We're going to be talking about episode 89. Now, it starts off with what happened last week. It does rewind a few hours before Piccolo and Gohan are training. Goku knows that they are training. He is flying to Master Roshi's house to go talk to Master Roshi. He gets there. He sees Oolong. Oolong explains to him that he is not there. He has been a honorary master at Tien's dojo. He says Tien has a dojo. Oolong goes, yes, that there is, he has students, he's gotten more popular and more powerful, so he's taking students now. He says, why, you must get more powerful. He says, well, thanks. He says, I'll go talk to him. He says, hey, where you going? He says, yeah, I'm leaving. So then it goes to where he's going. It shows Tien, and he has now become a master. He has about, I'm guessing, 10 or 9 students in his class. He's trying to teach them how to power up. Master Roshi's there. He's kind of bored. He says, I knew he had students, he says, but there ain't no girls here. So it's already kind of funny. It starts off with it shows a girl by the name of Yulin, and she has a history routine. She keeps calling him Three-Eyed Baldy, and Chatsu sees her, and he sees, I guess you're here for training. She says, she's like, can't let nobody know my motive. So she goes into the dojo, and then you see Tien tell his students to take a break, and you see Master Roshi. He's just still sitting there, and next thing you know, she sees Tien. Tien turns around, and next thing you know, right before anything is said, Master Roshi goes, "Oh my God! Finally, at last, a young, beautiful, voluptuous girl!" And he just starts looking at her boobs, and she's just like, dirty old man. It's like it was so funny because he's just like eyeing her, and then Tien's like, what are you here for? She's like, I'm here to learn martial arts. And then he's like, well, for what? Why do you want to learn? She's like, for beauty. He says, well, then you may need to find another dojo. And then Master Roshi just looks at him, and he says, well, don't be such a stiff. He says, any beautiful young woman is welcome here. And next thing you know, he says, Master Roshi's got to help you. So he lifts her up, and she's, I want to train with Master He says, well, Master Roshi's going to teach you a thing or two. And she's just like, get away from him. So he's going to get her dressed. And then you see where Goku's arriving to Tien's dojo. He sees how big the town is. He arrives there. Tien says, hey Goku, how's it going? He says, looks like you have a lot of training. He says, yeah, I have. And he looks at him. He goes, I haven't seen you since the Universe 6 tournament. He says, yeah. So then you see where they're talking about it, and he looks at him. He says, well, there's another tournament power going on. He says, and I'd like for you to be a part of it. There's 10 million Zenny involved if you want to participate. He says, no. He says, well, why? He says, because, he says, my students need me here. He says, and it's not about the money. And he says, I'm guessing you've been training. He says, of course. He says, that's the whole thing of martial arts. You want to improve as much as possible to become a better student and master. And he looks around. He says, Master Roshi's here too, isn't he? He says, yeah, unfortunately. And next thing he goes right back to Master Roshi and the Yulin. She gets her dressed in like a mini skirt, and the thing that Tien has for his students, and all you see, she's like, why is a mini skirt? He says, you can be more much. She says, I see that wickedness in you. He's like, you can't hide that from me. She's like, oh my God, did he actually realize that what I'm here for? He turns her around and he looks at her butt. He says, there's your wickedness right there. She's like, get your hands off me, get your hands off me. And he's chasing her, and instead of blood coming out of his nose, like even once all Dragon Ball Z, he has steam come out of his nose. And Goku goes in there, and he's like, I guess I'll help Roshi later. And then you see where Goku and Tien are talking. Tien's still saying no because his students need him there. He needs to be here for his students and everything else. So Goku really is still trying. He says, you won't even go to for the money or even to show off against stronger guys. He says, I would. And then he says, well, let me see if I can get Master Roshi to do it. And Roshi's still dealing with Yulin, and he like kind of blows himself out of the room, which is extremely hilarious. And then it goes right to Kaba and Kali, and also we get introduced to the other female Saiyan known as Kale. It was really short, but Kaba starts talking to Khalifa, saying that the universe is at stake. She says, so who cares? And he says, what? He says, you don't care about that? She says, it doesn't involve me. So she's kind of having a stuck up attitude, and he's like, and then one of her minions is like, get lost, and then Kaba goes Super Saiyan, throws him away into the other side, and she says, what's that? He says, it's called Super Saiyan. He says, you can go above that if I can teach you as well. And on the right, behind some of the guards, you see Kale, and she's kind of timid and shy and everything. And then you see where they're all looking there, and then you see the one that Kaba beat. He says, "You bastard," and then Kali just looks at him, and she's like, interesting. Let's see if I can be taught this. She says, I'm in. She says, as long as I get taught that and how to go above this Super Saiyan thing. And then you see, that's pretty much it for that, but that was really insane. That looks like Kayla is part of Khalifa's group of little bandits. And then you also see where goes right back to the town. The town's being destroyed by Tien's men after Yulin ran off. She's using some type of dark magic to control them to take on the town. Roshi as well as Tien, Chaozu, Goku, they get to the town and it's being destroyed by them. So Master Roshi saying it's dark magic, we gotta stop this. And also, as soon as that happens, Chaozu tries to use blast to get off the mask. It does not work. And then the woman is Yulin. She starts saying that, oh, you think that will work, child's play? He says, so it was you all along. And then she says, you don't remember me. So it looks like Tien, Chaozu, and her did train at where they did first train a long time ago. And she's been wanting revenge on Tien, apparently, because he never fought her. And now Master Roshi saying, I've always knew there was witness in you. He says, so now I'm going to fight you. So apparently he wants to take on Yulin while Goku, Tien, and Chaozu take on Tien's students. That way they can stop the rampage of the town, which is pretty simple. Next thing you know, Master Roshi says, I knew the weakness, and he says, now you gotta face an honorary master. She's like, you're just a dirty old geezer, what are you gonna do? And then he's like, we'll try and find out. So next thing she starts attacking Roshi, laying in blows, and it's not doing anything. He's just standing there and he wipes it off. He goes, so you call that an attack? And then she's like, well, why don't you try something? He just keeps dodging. And then he says, well, he says, I guess it's time for me to do an attack. And right when he's about ready to do an attack, and she gets knocked down, next thing her legs spread open, he says, oh, I see them, they're stripes. So obviously he saw her underwear, and he goes, like, and she knocks him in the face, and next thing you know, he's down, and next thing you know, she does a witchcraft curse on him, and then she orders him to go after Tien, and knocks Tien pretty well, and then Master Roshi goes to his full power, and it shocks Goku and Tien, because Tien goes, he says, well, it's still Master Roshi, even though he's under her spell. So then Tien goes into four arms to try to attack Roshi. Roshi beats the crap out of Tien with a huge blast, and then knocks him fully unconscious almost with a Kamehameha wave. Goku gets in front of the wave, deflects it, and he basically looks at Tien. He says, you're alright? He says, yeah. He says, wow. He says, looks at Master Roshi. He's been training without us knowing. So he starts attacking Master Roshi in his base form. And I don't think he was going at full strength. I think he was just going almost like at training strength a little bit. And he's going, he says, my fists are tingling. He says, this is amazing. He says, looks like Roshi's been getting a lot stronger than we ever predicted. And then he gets up in the air. He says, I want to keep fighting you. And then he just goes up in the air. And she's like, he ran away. And he does a full Kamehameha wave on him. And he says, I'm counting on you, Tien. And next thing you know, as soon as he's about ready to do it, Tien tells Chaozu, as soon as she does something again, he says, deflect it. And then we'll be able to get Master Roshi back. So he does a full Kamehameha wave on Master Roshi, and as soon as that happens, Yulin tells him to do another Kamehameha wave, and Chaozu stops her, and the Kamehameha wave finally gets Master Roshi knocked on his ass, and then he's out of it, and next thing you know, she says, oh my gosh, I'm going to beat you 3-head baller next time, and he basically looks at her and everything, and he basically tells her, look, if you really want to become a better martial artist, you want to learn more, then you're welcome at my dojo, and you can fight me anytime you want. He says, but my training's going to be very strict with you. She says, well, very well, fine. And then he says, but before you do that, he says, you need to apologize to this town folk and the students before I even remotely do that. So she apologizes, and then he looks at Goku, and he goes, well, he says, Goku, he says, looks like I'll take that tournament offer after all. He says, really? He says, yeah. He says, after the damage to all this town, he says, because of my students, he says, I think I deserve to pay them back, and also for that 10 million zenny. And he says, alright, good. And then Master Roshi goes, oh, 10 million zenny, you can count me. And so it didn't take long for Roshi to say, no, all he had to do was hear about money. Roshi was pretty simple. It was either money or women. He's going to do something about it. And then it goes, ends, and it shows that they have 8 hours left into the Tournament of Power. And then it goes on to the next episode, where it looks like Tien as well as Piccolo are going to be doing some training together, as well as Gohan and Goku are going to be going up against each other. It looks like Goku's going to be either in Super Saiyan 1 or Super Saiyan 2, going to be going up against Gohan in his ultimate form, which is going to be amazing for the next episode. But this episode, I gotta say, I wasn't too hyped up to see it. I just really wanted. I saw pictures about it online, and I'm sorry guys it took so long because I was at work, I was doing other things, so this will be uploaded tonight. I gotta say this episode was just really funny because I don't really, Master Roshi ain't really one of my favorite characters, but I like his character because he's so funny when it comes to women, because he's such a dirty old perv, but it's so funny because if you watch Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and now Dragon Ball Super, it's the same Roshi, and I absolutely love Master Roshi. He's become one of my favorite comedic characters within the entire franchise. So it was really funny. It was a lot of it was more comic relief than it was anything else. We got to see Kale in this episode. We got to see more Khalif in this episode. A lot of people did predict on what her personality was like, which I was kind of right on about, that she's kind of a rebel, got kind of a stuck-up attitude. So I guess we were all right about that for other YouTubers that I do watch that did do that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. If you did, smash the like button as well, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Welcome to the channel. All my links coming down the description below as normal. Please let me know what you guys thought about this episode. I loved it. I thought it was pretty funny, and I just can't wait for more episodes to come as well as next week. So hope you guys enjoy. See you on the next one.